To reach Wembley, Paul Simpson's side must now win away, which they managed just 3 times in the regular season. For the first time since Manchester City were there in September 1997, Gig Lane is a sellout. 11,500 crowd to watch the Coca-Cola League 2 playoff semi-final second leg between Bury and Shrewsbury. It's on Sky Sports 3 and in high definition today, HD3, that's channel 450. Only once in the last 20 years has a team finishing 7th in League 2 gone on to be promoted via the playoffs, and the odds are stacked against Shrewsbury here once again. Our guest today, the Bradford City manager, Stuart McCall. Hello there to you, Stuart. Welcome along. The odds, of course, in Bury's favour because they are strong at home and Shrewsbury have been poor away. But how much confidence will they take from the fact that they had to go to Dagenham and win on the final day, and they did? That's right, yeah. And Dagenham, were in a great run of form at that time. I think the bookies were tipping Dagenham to go through, so they will take confidence from that. And I think also they created enough chances in the first leg to probably have won this game. But Bury got the goal that they needed. It'll be tight. They defend really strong to Bury, but Shrewsbury, when they've got likes of Holt in the side, they'll still fancy their chances. Was it just a case of missed chances there? Nothing wrong with the performance on Thursday? Yeah, I think so. I think if it had come off, all square, probably in a fair result, but they certainly created enough, especially in the, dying closing embers of the game. But they just couldn't take the chances. I think today, with the players like Davis in the middle of the park, Holt up front, they will still believe they can create them. It's whether they take them or not. So how do Bury approach it, given the fact they have a lead? Yeah, well, Bury, Alan's done a terrific job there. Always well organised, defensively very strong. And, they'll play, keep it tight. Obviously, Bishop's out of the starting line-up, but Morell's a good experienced player. They'll still go for a victory, and hopefully, we're hoping for an open game. Absolutely. Well, earlier, James Cooper grabbed a quick word with Paul Simpson and Alan Knill.
Alan, one change, no Andy Bishop, but how much of an advantage is this 1-goal lead?
Well, obviously it's an advantage and it was a great win for us. I'm sure that Paul will be thinking, looking at the game the other night, they had chances, so it's just 1 goal, and it quickly changes.
We can't do any more. I'm sure Alan's in the exact same situation. We've done our bit now. Put the trust in the players, you send them out there and you hope that they go and perform to the levels they're capable of.
We think after the game the other night we can be better. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking to be better at the top end of the pitch than we were the other night. We've had a good run of late. We've had the 2 wins that finished the season, and in fact our away form has been the thing that has eventually got us into the playoffs. So we take the confidence from that. We look forward to this game this afternoon, and whatever's gone before counts for nothing. It's all about this one-off game. We have to go out and win it, and we'll see what comes.
Bury fans will want to know the answer to the last question. Have you got your lucky trousers on?
Oh, yeah. They're not my lucky trousers. They're the groundsman's lucky trousers. I just have to wear them.
But they're on?
Yeah, they're on.
Brilliant.
Thanks. Cheers. Thanks,
Thank you.
They're on, but they might need a wash, because Bury are unbeaten in 12 now. And he's had them on all that time. Which way is it going to go, Stuart? It's so tight.
It's going extra time. How about that? No, but it is tight, and it's been that one piece of magic, one mistake, as we saw in the first leg. But I think Bury are strong enough at home to hang on to what they've got.
Your match commentators, Gary Birtles and Rob Hawthorne.
Well, protecting that 1-0 lead from the first leg, Bury make 1 change up front. Veteran Andy Morell is called in for Andy Bishop, who's rested because of an ongoing knee problem. 3 players maintain a record of having started every game. Mike Jones, who had a 14-match loan spell at Shrewsbury, is 1. The others are fullback David Buchanan and midfielder Elliot Bennett, who is a Shropshire lad. Shrewsbury make 1 enforced change from Thursday. David Worrell replaces hamstring injury victim Chris Humphrey, hoping this won't be the last game of his loan spell from West Brom. In 1 other change, Paul Simpson starts striker Omar Riza, who only returned playing last month after a worldwide ban that lasted 15 months following his walkout on a Turkish club. Goalkeeper Luke Daniels and defender Neil Ashton survive after the calamity of the only goal of the first leg. Substitutes on either side could be facing a former club. Bury's Glyn Hurst played 16 league games for Shrewsbury, while on the visitors' bench, Canadian Terry Dunfield had 2.5 years here. Well, Neil Ashton has to shake off what happened to him on Thursday. Not the first disaster he's had against Bury this season. He conceded a penalty in the league defeat here last month, but at least Shrewsbury have 90 minutes in which to rectify the damage of that own goal. Did you see enough on Thursday, Gary, to suggest they can do that?
Without a doubt. I think both teams approached it absolutely superbly. both totally committed, both got it down, played football. I think the wind spoiled it in the first leg. Not so bad today, a little bit of rain, but I think we'll see exactly the same desire, commitment, and Shrewsbury created enough in that game to suggest that they could get back in this time. But the two guys that brought in, with Worrell and Reza, they've got pace. They impressed when they came on, so everything to play for.
Well, Bury might consider themselves unfortunate to be in the playoffs. Only fell 1 goal short of automatic promotion. Shrewsbury, on the other hand, might consider themselves fortunate to be in the playoffs after their last day victory that squeezed out Dagenham and Redbridge. But it will be Bury, with Andy Morrell restored to the starting lineup, who get the game underway, looking to protect that first leg lead that they achieved just 3 days ago. Clearance by Buchanan.
One thing for sure, I don't think we'll see any of the teams taking any chances after the own goal we saw at Shrewsbury in the first leg.
They will be well aware that mistakes can be costly, and that no mistakes can be afforded here. This is Worrell. They get round the outside and looking for the early and decent ball in.
That is an early, decent ball in. At least it made Bury defend early on. That's what they've been looking for. I'm sure we'll see Grant Holt a little bit more central this game. I think in the first leg he was a little bit too wide at times.
Here's Murray. Away by Jones. On by Barry Murphy. Morrell left the ball behind.
How unlucky was that? He tried that another dozen times, he'd never do that. Tell you what, it was such an intelligent run. Stayed onside. That's the experience he brings to the team.
And he's a useful player to be able to bring in when your top scorer is out. Andy Morrell can help Blackpool get promoted to the Championship via the playoffs, and actually scored against Oldham in the second leg of the semi in that particular year. Barry Murphy had got in front of Holt.
Well, that's good tactic, isn't it? You know how dangerous he is. Get somebody in front. Get either Futcher or Soje behind him.
It is the best scoring season of Grant Holt's career. No surprise that he is Shrewsbury's Player of the Year. Headed away by Langmead. Barry Murphy to Dawson, who's swept the board for Bury's Player of the Year. He's won all 4 awards. The transformation it's been for Dawson, relegated a season ago with Mansfield out of the Football League altogether. Quick free kick taken as they look to catch Shrewsbury on the hop, but Ashton has dealt with that situation. Looking for Reza.
Jones up at all.
Worrell, the furthest player forward. He's got players breaking to his right. Holt furthest over, but he kept his head down.
And he looked up. Exactly right. Grant Holt was in a terrific position. Well, one end, Bury were nearly in. Jevons' first touch been a little bit better. Could have been a different story. And the break was on with the pace of Worrell.
By Murray. Trying to hold off Futcher.
What he saw there with one-on-one from their free kick in the opponent's half, all of a sudden they were under pressure. Just good defending and no vision from Worrell. Got them out of trouble.
It's Darren Moss with the throw. Giant figure, isn't he, Ben Futcher?
I was talking to him before the game. I mean, I'm 6 foot and looking up at him, you know, crick neck.
dish it out by Jones. Bury have already had their best league finish for some 7 years. Finished 9 points clear of Shrewsbury, Alan Nill's side.
Well, they are as good at home. From the last 4 home games, only conceding 1 goal, so shows you what Shrewsbury are up against.
Buchanan's header, Murray, on by Worrell. This is Reza. Interception by Jevons. Jones who sought out Morel. No nonsense challenge by Langmead.
Well, he'll drag them out the centre halves, won't he, Morrell? We'll see really good movement twice so far in this first half.
And it's Buchanan with the throw. Back to him by Brian Barry Murphy. This is Morel, hit it well on the turn. You never know on a day like this with rain around, it can spill away from the goalkeeper's grasp.
Did exactly the right thing. Barry Murphy just plays into his feet, flicks up a little bit, but that helps him. Swivels doesn't get it all, but at least he's hit the target.
1 goal will take Morel into double figures for the season. Morel, who's been around a bit, he has scored a couple against Shrewsbury in his Wrexham days. Wilson leaving it for the throw. This is Soji. Header on by Bennett. Now Morel linking up well with Jevons. No foul by Coughlin. It was right on the edge of the area. The referee had a good enough view of it. Here's Reza. McIntyre's made the run inside and he's looked for McIntyre. Soji making sure he got back.
We see the problem with Reza there, the pace putting inside. And there's the penalty claim. Jevons changes his feet quickly. Not a free kick, is it? And the referee's got it right there.
It's Buchanan. Morel heading it against Langmead, and there's Barry Murphy. Committed challenge by Murray. Again, the referee was close to it and thought it was fair enough.
That's exactly how it was the first leg, wasn't it? Tackles flying in, committed players on both sides. Well, here comes a really robust challenge, to say the least. Both feet off the floor, the referee behind that. But to be fair to Morel, he got straight up, didn't play on it.
Holt. There's Murray. Davis was the man who's looking to set clear, but it's cleared by Futcher. Ashton with the throw. Back to him from Reza. Ashton has done well to put it across. McIntyre went for it. Decent attempt from Holt.
Slightly behind him, wasn't it? Really difficult to get your body wrapped around it. Again, they get a decent ball in the box. Not defended particularly well. Had to take it there and early and just leaning back. It bounces up a little bit too high for him to get over the top of. You don't allow him that much space. 28 goals this season.
Paul Simpson, who scored in a playoff final as a player for Blackpool. Shrewsbury actually starting, of course, in the lowest of the positions for which he qualified for the playoffs, and that victory for Blackpool back in 2001, the only time the team that's finished in that position in the current system have won the final itself. Morell's taken a tumble in the box. Jones looking with the cross for Bennett.
Oh, that's unlucky, isn't it? Jones done really well there. Good interplay with Morell again. Gets a yard of space, puts it in just beyond Bennett at the far post. Just a little bit too high for him. He's put in a good area.
Young Elliot Bennett, who was actually born in Telford and represented the county of Shropshire at athletics as a schoolboy. Facing the team from Shropshire with a great prize at stake, the possibility of a Wembley final. Shrewsbury were there a couple of years ago, got beaten in the final by Bristol Rovers.
But I admire what Shrewsbury have done to get in these playoffs as well. Winning 2 away games on the trot after having a shocking season away from home. To go to Dagenham the last day of the season to get a win there, that was absolutely superb. It's bound to give them heaps of confidence coming into this game.
Here's Bennett. Jones is in there looking for the cross. Moss trying to keep him at bay. Barry Murphy did well to win that. Helped on to Morell. Again gets his shot away.
Well, that's twice he's got his shot away and twice he's hit the target. Both reasonably difficult chances. But that's the experience he brings to this side. Said it before, and his movement will be instrumental for Barry this afternoon. Doesn't give the defender any time just to get his clearance in, puts the pressure on, makes him put it out of play.
There's David Buchanan, who's taking the throw in here. Morell the target. Back by Dawson. Here's Barry Murphy. Buchanan. Morell. It's Barry Murphy. Cut out by McIntyre, but it falls here for Morell. McIntyre had to quickly get into position. Again, it was a fiercely committed challenge.
Every challenge so far has been like that, hasn't it? Flown into them. It's exactly how it was in the first leg. You don't expect any different, to be fair, in playoffs, or any time really, but playoffs especially, I think players just lift themselves a little bit more, and it's good to watch.
Buchanan, away by Langmead. Certainly in the playoffs, you suspect the semi-finals are the worst stage at which to lose. And one of these teams, for all their toils this season, will go away empty-handed today, even without the pleasure of a Wembley final to remember. Reza has been set away by Holt here. Sodji's trying to stay strong against him and manages to do that.
Well, did he try and be a little bit too clever there? Letting it run out of play. Did well initially, got his body across. Reza's pace looked like he was going to get him there, but look at the strength, look at the power there. Just catches his thigh, runs out of play.
Sodji, who was sent off at Shrewsbury back in December. Behind Dawson, Sodji just the other side. Well, Jevons managing to get it clear in the end, but there's a risk of him playing it back towards his own goal initially. Here's McIntyre, challenged by Buchanan. That one is penalised.
Well, the crowd don't like that. They saw 2 at the other end. They thought should have been free kicks. And the first one, Shrewsbury get. The referee gives a free kick. Oh, this is a terrific quality corner. Sodji's all over Holt there. A lot of them. Ricochets at that far post. You saw at the near post, Sodji's both arms were around Grant Holt. Couldn't move. Dangerous game to play. We see it all the time. Some referees will give them, some won't.
Well, McIntyre and Davis over the kick here for Shrewsbury. Davis, who plays it across. A decent header away by Butcher. Now Buchanan. Jones had to retreat a little, which gave McIntyre the chance to get back at him.
Well, we see a lot of this from corners there. Sodji, arms all over Grant. Oh, he can't move. Look, it's still round his neck now. Now, why is that not a foul? I just don't understand this rule. His arms are all over him. Still, when the ball's gone past, his arms all over his shoulder.
Well, they do rely on the referee's attention being diverted elsewhere. Perhaps Colin Webster was looking into another area when that was going on. As you say, you do see it happen so often.
Yeah, but why is it never given? Anywhere else we say on the pitch it's always given, and it is, and that's the annoying part for anybody in the box when that happens to them. I mean, the usual action in a penalty box when Grant Holt's involved is around him, so you'd think, you know, the referee would maybe look at that area, and he looked then. I wonder what he'd have said or what he'd have given.
Out by Buchanan. Moss with the throw-in, which of course towers above Holt. There's Sodji. Back by Murray. We're relying maybe on a little bit of nervousness from Daniels after his part in that catastrophe of the first leg.
Well, I'm sure he's saying thank you very much for that. Why don't you ping it a bit harder next time?
Ashton, of course, didn't do him any favours in the first leg with the lob over the goalkeeper.
Just got both forget it, haven't they? Both put it out of their minds. Gone, can't do anything about it. Both at fault.
Langmead's header, back in by Dawson. Jones trying to control it for Jevons. And Dawson hits it well wide.
Still not bad, is it? Getting the ball into the strikers. They're trying to play in and around the box.
Well, Bury would like a goal to settle themselves, and here's a man whose goal-scoring prowess was first spotted in this neck of the woods. David Nugent, back at Gig Lane to support his old club today. One of his old clubs in the playoffs.
How good's that, though? And coming on a Sunday afternoon to watch his old team.
Moss had hold of Jones' shirt, but he escaped and found Buchanan. Now Morrell. Drives it across, looking for Bennett! Well, he headed it against Ashton, and the corner's given.
Well, the referee wouldn't have been able to see that. There was a shout for handball. The assistant, for me, had to give it, if anybody. It's a terrific ball across. There's the header. Hits the hand. Hand doesn't come up. Definitely hits his hand. Well, it's ball to hand, isn't it? I don't think that's intentional. He'll think it is. Definitely. He thinks it's a pen. And the assistant had a cracking view of it.
Keith Lawson was the man on whose advice Colin Webster may have relied. Well, he is letting players know he's watching what's going on in the 6-yard box now. It's a real crowd scene around the goalkeeper. Barry Murphy prepares to deliver this Bury corner in towards Sodji, but beyond him. Out as far as Dawson. Back in by Barry Murphy, and Ashton gets it clear. Jones into an area not populated by any Bury players, and Graham Coughlin gets it clear. Futcher. Ashton on by Murray. Here's Jones. Now Jevons. Away by Coughlin. Here's Dawson. Now Buchanan. Flick on by Jevons. Here's Morrell. McIntyre across. Buchanan. Challenged by Murray. It's Reese's header. Now Worrell. Mariza. Worrell looking to fling one out to Davis. Header cleared by Haslam. Ashton who won the header. McIntyre got caught then by Dawson.
Dawson saying he didn't touch him. Well, see if he did touch him. There he comes now. I'm not so sure he did catch him.
Been sent off once this season, Dawson. He's picked up a few suspensions along the way in his debut season here.
I mean, that incident, they both went high, didn't they? And it just didn't look like there was contact there. But the referee said there was, and he's in charge.
McIntyre is there, but Davis is very much the free kick specialist in the Shrewsbury ranks. It's Davis who gets it across. Which are a difficult man to get past though, and there's a push by Moss.
Well, was there a penalty? That's the man who I think had a really good view of it. Here comes the header, there's the touch, and maybe Bennett just blocked him out, but that did stop the ball coming across. There's Bennett, there's the touch on the arm. Maybe some people say accidental, but he definitely stopped the ball coming across. Bennett looked straight round at the assistant, no flag up. You can feel a little harshly done, I think, there. Even though it was accidental, it stopped that ball coming across. It's one of those that referees sometimes give and sometimes don't. And that's the inconsistencies that frustrate everybody.
Haslam.
It's the right idea. They're trying to get that ball into Jevons, trying to get it into Morrell, and that's the way to play against two big centre-halves. Because Coughlin and Langmead are strong, as are Futcher and Soji. It's good if they can get it into the strikers, get that first touch right, get midfield around them.
Reza, stopped by Futcher. It's Dawson. Jevons went down after delivering it to Morrell, and the referee, having just waited to see if there was an advantage, brings it back.
Well, I think they should have played on there. I think Perry think they should have played on there. Bennett was in a good position. Morrell had done really well. Good first touch, got him away. And then it's brought back. Shrewsbury will be the happier with that one.
Barry Murphy looking to put it on a plate for Haslam. Here's Murray. Davis, now Moss. This is Holt. Davis. Murray.
It's all a bit congested, isn't it, for Shrewsbury at the moment? A bit tight through the middle, no real width. And that's what happens. You have to play square, go back a little bit, and it's desperate for a little bit of width.
Barry Murphy, Bennett up ahead. Just clipped his heels.
Well, that's twice, isn't it? Morrell in the first couple of minutes, and then Bennett.
Davis. McIntyre. Here's Coughlin. Get it back from Holt. Now Murray. Moss. Barry Murphy. This is Jones. Morrell had broken too soon. He's offside.
I always expect the home team to get a bit more possession, and so it's working out. Berry keeping the ball well. They're getting into the strike as well. But Shrewsbury, not any real scares yet.
Soji. Played by Dawson against Davis. On a great unbeaten run at the moment, Bury. 13 matches since they last lost to Chesterfield here. Best run for 48 years since they went 18 unbeaten. And they've won 4 games without letting in a goal.
You can can see why when you look at the back, the two centre-halves, very, very solid. Don't take chances, just head it and kick it. A couple of full-backs who've got a little bit of pace. Tuck in when need be. There's the battle again. I love this battle. Sodge in. Holt yet again. See, he gives this one. There, he's backing in luck straight away. And he's bound to get hit. You can see exactly what Grant Holt was trying to do. And so he should do as a striker. If he can get away with it, back into the centre-half, that's his job. I think Sodge's a little bit unlucky there. But he was lucky in the penalty box not to give the penalty away. So, equalises itself.
Can Shrewsbury equalise the tie from it? Ben Davies has had a couple of attempts from free kicks, but they've been a little further out and generally have been sort of balls that Butcher has been able to deal with, but they're a bit closer this time. Davies is interested again, so too is McIntyre.
You'd like to think somebody will have an attempt on goal here, wouldn't you, rather than just put it in the box. Because Holt's central, he's near the penalty spot, the other side of the penalty spot. Usually if they're going to aim for him, he's at the far post. But centre-halves are up.
It's Davies who takes it. The ball did its job, although there is a suggestion to the referee that there was some encroachment.
A lot of encroachment, as per normal.
Reza showed for the short corner, but Davies with other ideas. Davies's delivery, and Langmead was looking to get on the end of it.
He is dangerous, isn't he, from set pieces? We know Holt is, but look at his movement here. Look at it, comes in late, downward header, just enough pressure on him to put him off. There's Butcher at the near post with Holt, comes in, maybe a little push in the back, but just did enough to put him off.
Well, he did score in a win against Bury here, Kelvin Langmead, back in August 2006, about a month before Gary Peters decided to convert him from a striker to a centre-half. His throw. Haslam's header. There's Murray. Holtz. It's back by Sodji, but will it carry? Reza's there. Well, Brown was very sharp. Butcher away and Dawson away.
Don't learn the lessons, do they? Think from that first leg, that own goal, you just hack it clear either way, get it in the stand. It was a toe poke as well, wasn't it?
Well, whereas Daniels had a rush of blood in the first leg, Brown on this occasion was very sharp to get there.
He knows, look, his goalkeeper's telling him. He acknowledged it there. Little toe poke there. Oh, is he going to get there? Yes, he just gets there. It's a good challenge on the keeper. Reads it well, look at the pace, nearly gets him there. Good goalkeeping from Brown, just did enough.
It's Barry Murphy. Away by Moss. Back by Butcher to Brown, a little less pressure this time.
Bury have got to keep it down on the floor, haven't they? Get it to the two strikers' feet, because Langmead and Coughlin are winning everything in the air.
Reza had come back from an offside position. From Reza, who's had a frustrating 15-month spell after walking out on Trabzonspor. He was issued with a worldwide ban. He was actually heading home to London for the weekend when he got a call to say that the ban had been lifted, and he was named on the bench for a match against Rotherham last month. Big day for him today, though.
It's a long ban, that, isn't it? I can remember getting one of those when I was playing junior football.
Dare you tell us what it was for?
Yes, I will. I was a left winger in those days, and it was playing for South Notts. And I knew I wasn't playing, I wasn't involved, I just loved playing football. So my local club, Attenborough, were playing, so I wanted a game. So I went and played for them, and I got a 6-month ban for it at 11. Can you believe it? 6 months.
And you had to serve the whole ban?
Yeah. Devastated.
Wayne Brown, who used a bit of time off to good effect this season. He had a spell out with injury and took up photography for the club. So maybe that'll be a longer-term career. Instead of stopping shots, he'll be taking them.
Fair play to him.
Phil Simpson, the Shrewsbury manager, just looking for that little extra bit of effort. It's strange, really, the way the season has turned out. They only won 3 away games in the whole of the league campaign, but 2 of those were the last 2. One at Rotherham and, crucially, of course, at Dagenham. Here's Reza.
Played it, shouldn't he?
Run well by Jones for Jevons. And he slipped it into the path of Morrell. Can he turn? Has to be a penalty, does it? It is, and who's given it away again? Poor old Neil Ashton. He conceded a penalty in the league game here. He scored an own goal in the first leg, and now he's conceded another penalty at Gig Lane.
And he knows, doesn't he? You can see, he knew straight away. This again is really good play by Jevons. Plays it into the man who knows exactly what to do in those situations. First thing in his mind, lets it run, just gets a touch, positive, turns and goes at goal. Referee, no option but to give the penalty. Tell you what, putting Andy Morrell in this team proved a moment, a masterstroke. They've got to score the penalty, but so far I think his intelligence has been on a different level to everybody else's so far.
Well, Phil Jevons' 2 goals for Bury have come from the penalty spot. The first of them was in the win against Shrewsbury here last month. But if Ashton can't atone for his first leg error, then maybe Luke Daniels in the Shrewsbury goal can. It's he who has to stand up to Phil Jevons here. Jevons! Oh, it is atonement for the goalkeeper! Twice! He saves from Jones as well! Magnificence from Luke Daniels!
Well, possibly one of the worst penalties I've seen, that. Give him credit, he picks the right way, but it seemed to be a bobbler, didn't it? Well, that's the tension, that's the nerves for you. Right in front of the Shrewsbury fans, pressure as well. How will that lift Shrewsbury and Ashton?
Well, it's a great reaction from the 21-year-old goalkeeper after that error of judgment for the own goal on Thursday. If not so much for the penalty save itself, then certainly his reaction to the follow-up.
Yeah, and they didn't stop the defence. Vital they didn't stop, they followed the penalty in. Well, there's the penalty, oh, a right scuffle, wasn't it? But he was up quickly, the reaction's really good, and again he gets across his goal for the header. That's terrific, and that could just change the outcome of a game. Yes, they're still 1-0 down, but they could have been out the tie.
Well, maybe that is the turning point that Shrewsbury needed. And it's their young goalkeeper, whose initial month's loan from West Bromwich Albion was extended for the rest of the season, who has given them a foothold in the tie. Murray. Brown starts to come, and it's an error of judgment by him this time, but Holt can't squeeze it in.
Well, a little bit nonchalant there, wasn't he, Brown? Just jogged out, ambled out. It's a long, high ball. There he comes, thinking, oh, it's all right, this, I'll let it run back in. All of a sudden, panic, and Holt nearly gets it on target. There, panics now, dives, not a foul. Holt gets there before him, and how does he feel now after that? Well, there's the save yet again. He's moving all over the place, as you do. There's the bounce. Look how he gets up very quickly. Gets his foot on it, comes out, there's that. It can't generate enough power, and he gets across his goal again. How delighted was Ashton, first man up to him.
Triple stop from Luke Daniels that keeps Shrewsbury within reach of turning around this first leg deficit.
I was never the penalty taker when I played at Forest. We had one of the best in John Robertson, but when I had to take them, which I did sometimes, you think, well, just smash it down the middle, especially in a game like this.
Reza went in on the goalkeeper, a ball he felt entitled to go for, but he actually hurt himself in going for that.
There's the man who's kept his team in this tie at the moment. Jevons must have been nervous. Look, there's no conviction behind it at all. He actually bounced before. And there's the follow-up, and Morell's nearly there just to take it off Daniels. And there's the anxiety. And there's the delight. Saying, well done. Don't let it go to your head. Still a long way to go.
From a Manchester United Academy goalkeeper, Luke Daniels. A worry for Reza. Challenge on the opposing goalkeeper, Wayne Brown.
Well, this is why he's down on the floor. He's been down for quite a while now. Slides, he's entitled to go for it. Brown comes out bravely. Didn't have it when he slid in, Reza, and things are coming together like that. Sometimes you do get hurt. It's the penalty you pay for being a goalkeeper or a striker. You fly into those situations and sometimes you get hurt.
And oddly enough, Reza doesn't look particularly happy with the goalkeeper, and yet he was merely protecting himself, seeing the striker herring in towards him.
What's he supposed to do?
The adverse reactions the other way. Reza being given the bird by the Bury crowd. Reza straight back on. There's Barry Murphy. Jevons looking to slip it through to Morell.
Really bit of time and space in front of him, didn't he, Jevons there? He's got to pick himself up now. Feel sorry for himself. Yes, he's missed it. Just get on with it.
Langmead. Here's Buchanan. Barry Murphy. Haslam to Bennett. Tried to carry it past Ashton and then just collided with him.
Yellow card going out.
Penalty's been booked.
I think he thought he got the free kick, but it wasn't a free kick for me. Tries to flick it round. There, gets it, just strands his ground. I think he's meant to put the arm across, and there he tries to get on with it, and Bennett just pulls his leg back.
Of the season for Elliot Bennett. Here's Jevons. And Murray. Langmead. Sliding in against Epi Soji.
Well, all the playoffs are so tight so far, aren't they? No more than a goal in it.
It's a high boot from Morell. Hoffman felt the full force of that.
Well, I tell you, it's a pleasure to watch. The commitment and desire out there. Oh dear me, comes over the chest and goes to flick it on, and Coughlin bravely comes over the top. And part of your job, centre half, you get kicked in the face now and again. Oh.
Ashton's kick up towards the other centre half, Langmead. Davis has pulled it across. Some ball in, cleared by Soji. Here's Moss. Barry Murphy. Jevons. Coughlin header.
And there's the strands of the centre half from Shrewsbury. Very, very dominant in the air. There again.
Here's Morell. Langmead away.
All the two previous ones, Coughlin won them both, and the third ball went to feet. That's the ball they don't like.
Allen with the throw. Jones. Away by Moss. Here's Futcher. Lamarelle. Dawson. Jevons. Back to Dawson. Jevons with the cross. And Jones with a header. All given.
It's all Bury at the moment, isn't it? Forward in droves. Every time they play the ball along the floor into the box to feed, they're looking at big danger. Alan Neal said, don't play it in the air to our two strikers because the two centre-halves will dominate it. Get it to the feet. They're doing it reasonably well.
Soji and Futcher both forward for Jones's corner. It's Futcher who climbs and gets there, and Jevons lifts it over.
Just wouldn't come down for him, would it? Really intelligent header back by the captain. Good corner. Decent header down, look, and look how high it bounces. Can't get over the top. It's too close to the goal. Cannot get over the top. Does everything right. Just cushions it down. Look at that for a bounce. I don't think he expected that big a bounce. Just shot off the surface. Well, home side well on top, aren't they? And they are playing really well. 5 on top, not one for Shrewsbury yet. It's got to be a concern, but they're still only that 1 goal down.
Well, they were let off the hook by the penalty save, Shrewsbury, but there's been no let up from the home side since. But here's Holt dragging it through for McIntyre! What a big chance that was for Shrewsbury.
Still haven't hit the target, have they? What a chance this is. Watch the intelligence here. Knows exactly where he is. Brilliant by Holt. You've got to at least make the cape to save it. Doesn't do it, puts it wide. Good run, times it well. Just hit the target there, tries to be too precise.
Well, the Shrewsbury fans at the other end fully expected to be celebrating a Kevin McIntyre goal. Hadn't really expected him to appear again this season after he broke his leg at Port Vale back in January. It's a bit of a bonus to have McIntyre on the side. It would have been a real bonus if he'd scored.
Oh, absolutely. Superb by Holt, though, wasn't it? Knew exactly where McIntyre was. Bury must be thinking, oh, is it not going to be our day? The penalty shout earlier, the handball they didn't get. They got the second one, didn't put it away, and there nearly gave a goal away, nearly on level terms, but still hold the edge.
Where you are?
Here's Ashton.
Going back to that penalty, you just think, well, in these sort of occasions, there's so much pressure. Just smash it as hard as you can. Try and keep it below the crossbar, obviously. The keeper saves it, fine. But that one just wasn't a good bat.
Here's Davis.
Another little half chance, wasn't it? Still encouraged them just before half-time. Again, it's that high looping ball causing the problems, but you can't get a really clean header on and nobody closes it down. Struggles to get his shot away, but doing the right thing. They're getting round Grant Holt. If he doesn't win it, he's causing enough problems for the ball to bounce down like that.
Knocked on by Jevons. Again, he looks to Langmead with his arms all round him. Soji. Langmead. Holds up against Soji again. Knocked back by Barry Murphy, but Dawson able to clear.
I'll tell you what, Grant Holt does that, I think, better than anybody I've seen.
Murray strikes it!
What a strike this is. It's a good height for him, isn't it? It's a long way out. It's hooked clear after that battle again with Soji and Holt. One touch, smashes it, but it's a really good height, straight down the middle of the goal. They're complaining about the challenge in the box with Holt and Soji again. They felt Holt was being fouled. They're still talking about it.
Referee having none of Coughlan's complaints, though.
Oh, will he have his hands all over him again? His gloved hands. Holt doing nothing. There, the arms come up. Will they go back round again? Look at Holt backing in again. There's the arms round him again.
There's Fisher again to meet the corner. Away by Bennett. Pushed by Ashton. On Morel.
There it is. But again in the box. The arms were all over Grant Holt again.
Well, there are 2 added minutes in the first half. Kick. Jevons being held by Coughlin. Corner given.
Asking for another handball, I think, there. Really good first touch from Jevons. There's the cross. And that hits the arm on the far side this time. Definitely contact again. Well, what are they asking for? Is he asking for another one? Seems to be contact again. A difficult one for the assistant to see that time, because it's very close to the body.
He may have just been outside the box. Here's Barry Murphy with a corner. Cleared by Murray.
Barry Murphy was trying to be too precise. A minute before half-time, just make sure it gets over the first man into the box. Just put a little bit of pressure on. See how Shrewsbury handle it.
Shrewsbury looking to end the half with a flourish. Davis has gone down, and this is going to be a booking for Futcher.
It's a really direct run, isn't it? There, checks inside there. And there's the contact. There would have been another one afterwards. Would have been brought down, whatever. Many feel he was lucky in the first leg when Reza went clear. Not to be sent off. That was the right decision. And that one certainly was there.
Well, Davis has won it in an area he likes. He and McIntyre over the kick. And what a time this would be to strike. No response before the break from this.
Certainly capable, isn't he?
Davis looks to place it and produces a wonderful save from Brown.
What a save this is. He thought he'd equalise. I'm sure he thought he'd equalise. Hits him at pace. Look how he gets across. Gets his other hand round it. Just a scurry across, and that's going in top corner, isn't it? Terrific save. Look at the reaction of the Shrewsbury players. They thought they were back in it.
Corner cleared by Bennett, and there goes the half-time whistle. Berry kept in that first half by a wonderful late save from Wayne Brown to keep out Davis. So the first leg own goal from Ashton is still the difference, although he was reprieved here after giving away a penalty, saved by Luke Daniels, part of a triple save initially from Phil Jevons' poor spot kick. So at half-time, it's Bury 0, Shrewsbury 0, and still Bury ahead on aggregate.
Wonderful entertainment, though, isn't it? Not just for the full house crowd, but also for us watching on with the Bradford City manager, Stuart McCall, and plenty for him to talk about at half-time. Not least, this penalty, not too much doubt about it. Plenty of doubt in Jevons' mind, and a wonderful double save from Daniels. Now that's magic. And at half-time, it's as you were. Or Shrewsbury will be playing the winner of this tie later, Gillingham and Rochdale. Goalless so far, 6:30 Sky Sports 1 and HD1 this evening. Tomorrow night in the Championship, Sheffield United Preston, they're 1 apiece, 7:30 Sky Sports 1 and HD1. And Burnley have a 1-goal advantage going to the Medeski Stadium on Tuesday night, 7:30 Sky Sports 1 and HD1. Bradford City just missed out on the playoffs themselves. Their manager Stuart McCall is our guest here watching Bury and Shrewsbury. Let's get straight into the analysis, Stuart, because there's so much to talk about. The playoffs have really burst into life in this first 45 minutes here at Gigg Lane. Not too much doubt about whether it was a penalty or not, but is there doubt about whether Neil Ashton should have been carded for it? Has he denied a goal-scoring opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all agreed it was a penalty. Then if you look at it again, I think, you know, Morell's turned him. He's going to go and have a shot at goal. So you see Jevons slots it through, he rolls the kid. Is he just then going to shoot?
The referee Colin Webster says he hasn't carded him because he's got his back to goal.
Now I've got to say Colin's one of my favourite referees, but I think if you see that, he's taking it. If the boy doesn't foul him there, he's got a shot and goal. So really there is a case that he could have been red carded because he's denying a goal scoring opportunity without a doubt. Neil
Ashton is a very lucky boy. He had the awful scenario of scoring the own goal on Thursday night. It could have been just a nightmare tie for him.
Yeah, you could see in his face as well straight away giving it away. But Luke Daniels has saved him, and hopefully, you know, that's got him out of jail, really, hasn't it?
What's Phil Jevons thinking here? He scored one apparently the same way against Accrington, but Gary Birtles has called it one of the weakest penalties he's ever seen.
Yeah, without a doubt. And for me, the second save's a fantastic save. The kid gets up, you'd expect him to stop that. He gets up and blocks it with his legs, and then ends up in his hands. But yeah, it's a really poor penalty kick. There's no conviction in it. Great reactions to get up and get his foot to it, and they get a little bit of luck. And the keeper deserved that because, as I say, it's a superb double save.
I wonder if it's that, Stuart, that has given Shrewsbury the belief that they can get back into this tie.
That's right. Psychologically, they will be thinking that because they have been a team after the penalty miss that have come on. I think this is a good chance. I think Holt's read it well. The keeper's made a mistake. But top scorer in the league, he's got gets his foot in, and I think that's, you know, an acceptable opportunity for a player of his ability, and probably should have scored there.
Arguably the best chance though here, Holt flicking through for Kevin McIntyre.
Yeah, you expect him to hit the target there. Great little flick, good run off him, keeping out as the angle, and should be hitting the target from that angle.
We know about Ben Davies's quality as well. When he gets a chance like this from 25 yards, a good time as well, just before half-time. You know he's going to test Wayne Brown.
Certainly. I mean, it sounds silly to say, but he's the Ronaldo of our league, really. When you get a free kick round that area, you're always worried because he's got great ability, and the keeper's pulled off a terrific save.
Do Shrewsbury go for it now?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, Simo will be in there saying, listen, we've got out of jail, Berry's had the penalty opportunity, let's go for the throat and see if we can get a goal that'll take us at least into extra time.
Bury have their top scorer, Andy Bishop, up their sleeve. He might have taken the penalty had he been on the pitch. Might they turn to him at some stage?
Yeah, possibly. As you say, I think he would have been on the penalty and probably put it away, who knows. But, you know, it's over and done with now. Jevons has got to show character. He'd come out and, you know, he'd look to take, you know, accept another chance if it comes along. But, yeah, they've always got Bishop up the sleeve. But it's been an entertaining game, hasn't it? It seems to be a few chances either end, and still all to play for.
Fast and frenetic. I wonder if Bishop will still have a part to play in this tie. His team, as we stand, are on their way to Wembley, but Shrewsbury know they have to find a goal in the next 45 minutes. This isn't the only game in Greater Manchester today. The Manchester Derby kicks off at 1:30, Sky Sports 1 and HD1, followed by Arsenal and Chelsea, 3:30, Sky Sports 1 and HD1. Interesting sideshow in this first half of this game between Bury and Shrewsbury has been the battle, shall we say, between Grant Holt and F.A. Sodji. Stuart, is Sodji staying the right side of the law here?
Well, it's always difficult when people are backing into you, but if you see clearly there, I mean, his arm's round his neck. This one, he gets pulled up for, round his throat. You do find centre-halves are prone to doing this sort of thing, and Holt's a big boy, but he's got to be careful. I mean, you know, if the referee's actually looking at that, as Gary said in commentary, it's a foul, it's a penalty kick, but you do get defenders doing that, especially when big boys are backing into you.
Well, he has been sent off this season against Shrewsbury, and you just feel that he might have a very big part to play in this next 45 minutes, in which the visitors are searching for a goal to keep their season alive. If it stays at 0-0, Bury will be through to the playoff final much to the delight of their huge contingent of fans and a big crowd from Shrewsbury as well today, making this a sellout at Gig Lane for the first time in 12 years. Will we get a goal then in the second half? Gary Birtles and Rob Hawthorne.
Well, it's Shrewsbury's third attempt at the playoffs. They've reached the finals on both of their previous occasions. In the conference against Aldershot, which they won on a penalty shootout, and then in this division 2 years ago when they lost to Bristol Rovers in the final. But in contrast, this is Bury's sixth crack at the playoffs, and they've never been promoted via them. The only time they've reached the final was the only time they've played the away leg first. They won that and the home leg 1-0 against Preston, but then went on to lose the final to Chesterfield under Mike Walsh back in 1995. But Bury are 45 minutes away. They can keep a clean sheet from going to the new Wembley. Some achievement for Alan Knill. No changes made by either manager as McIntyre and Reza prepare to get the second half underway. Shrewsbury attacking towards their home supporters. It was a sellout by the Shropshire club. They're well supported here by in excess of 2,000 fans.
Having just watched Sodji and Holt again at half-time on those set pieces, I'm surprised Grant Holt was not going up to the referee and said, look, watch the next time there's a set piece, because he's all over me, you can't move. I'm sure the referee, if he did see that, would have a different view on it.
Certainly something that Graham Coughlan, the Shrewsbury captain, was trying to draw to the referee's attention in the first half. Maybe he will be more keenly aware of it watching in this second half. Holt against Haslam. Ashton. Back to him from McIntyre. Clear by Sodji. It's Coughlan's header. Now Bennett. Loss of control, picked up by Holt, and it's fouled by Dawson.
Well, starts the second half. Pretty much we saw in the first half. A lot of challenges flying in. Some well timed, some not.
Cleared by Barry Murphy to Jones. Jones couldn't keep it in. There's Reza. Moss with the throw-in. Pulled across by Worrell. Cleared by Futcher. Break here for Holt, well taken by Brown. Murray's initial shot that deflected.
That's an excellent take because it bounced. We saw how one bounce in the first half for Jevons. Decent ball in, it's a good strike. There's the block and there's Brown's reaction. And he knocked them off so quickly, could have been in trouble.
Here's Bennett, tries to get round the outside of Ashton and succeeds. Deep with the cross that Jones will have to rescue here. Moss making life difficult for him, along with Worrell.
Good one they're going to throw in there, isn't he? 2 against 1, and comes out on top.
Crowd at Gig Lane playing their part. Here's Buchanan. Too deep for Jevons. Ashton underneath it.
That went into attack, that was there. Decent ball in.
Jevons. Foul by Murray.
There was a foul as well.
Haslam's taken a quick kick. Bennett looking for Morrell.
There's no need to take that quickly, was there? Good position, they took it about 3 or 4 yards further back. Wasted opportunity.
With that first leg lead, you would think that the sense of urgency would really be less for Bury than it is for the visitors.
I wonder how Shrewsbury will approach the second half. Yes, they know they've got to get a goal, but if they do go gung-ho early on or too early, leave themselves exposed, and see how quickly Bury can break if they get the ball to feet. So I think we'll just see the same for the first 15 or 20 minutes, and if they can get back in it then, fine. If not, then I'm sure we'll see a bit more adventure later on.
It's kept in for Shrewsbury's benefit, and here's Reza looking to turn on it. Just there for him, but very nearly could have profited from a mistake then.
It was a mistake as well, wasn't it? Well, he was thinking there, just playing it back into the danger area. You see, hook it behind you, don't hook it back there. It's putting it straight back into your own penalty box. Look at that. Oh, look how they get away with this. Just good defending there, just solid defending, holds him off, not a foul.
Flag up against Andy Morrell. Action to come later. Manchester United against Manchester City. Kickoff is at 1:30. It's live on Sky Sports 1 and HD1, and followed by Arsenal against Chelsea. Sky Sports 1 and HD1. That's from 3:30. Moss.
Well, what a good battle that was between those two, wasn't it?
Cleared by Coughlin. Header on by Worrell. Reza looking to get in here with Sochi trying to hold him back. Worrell leaving the throw for Moss to take. Cleared by Jones. Shrewsbury here looking to regain the initiative. Moss. Pulled across by Worrell. Cleared by Futcher. Murray is underneath it.
Shrewsbury have got Worrell in the game as much as they could have done. So when he came on the first leg, he was causing problems with his pace.
This is Moss. Buchanan, it's a tame clearance, but he's won a free kick. Reza pulling him back.
Reza can't believe it. He thought he challenged fairly there. Shake of the head. The assistant had a good view. Both at it, aren't they? You can give it one way or the other there. You're just going to let play go on.
With Morrell, but here's Bennett. Jones up to his left. Bennett again. Murray behind the cross. Headed by Futcher. Got past Coughlin. Here's Jones. Showed too much of it. The Shrewsbury captain, but he's retrieved it again, Mike Jones. And Bennett still there, enlists his support. Just
hangs on to it a little bit too long, Jones, doesn't he? Had options on there. And frustration gives the free kick away.
Brown running it to safety, but Holt feeling obliged to make an attempt for it.
Telling him to calm down, but why shouldn't Grant Holt go for it? Wasn't out, he said, right, exactly that. Wasn't out, I've got every right to go for that. No, he's just trying to see it out. Comes Holt behind him, he tries to block him off. Tries to obstruct him. Got a gun for it as well. I just think Shrewsbury will be hoping that the longer that it goes on at 1-0, Bury will sit back a little bit more. nerves will set in and maybe try and hang on to this 1-0 lead. Because if you do back off, that'll suit Shrewsbury, they can push on.
Soji. Jevons. There's Barry Murphy. Now Buchanan. Away by Langby. Morrell to Dawson. In first time by Barry Murphy, looking for Bennett. Davis. Now Murray. Ashton. Caught by Jevons as he cleared it. Play goes on. Here's Jones, nothing to his left. It's Bennett. Morrell tries to reach it and he's a whisker away.
What a fabulous ball in by Bennett. Just saying, put me in there. Put me in the back of the net. Fortunately, Morrell just couldn't do it.
Buchanan's cross, and Ashton with a header clear. Only to Jones though, past Moss, Morrell! Good stop, and Ashton there to pick up the pieces.
Well, Daniels again. Morrell must have thought he'd put his team 2-0 up, but that man keeps his team in it again.
One back by Davis, here's Reza. Really is starting to open up now. Dawson doing well, Haslam, Bennett. Much quality on that ball, and it's easily dealt with by Moss.
They just look far better when they get it to feet, play it around Shrewsbury.
Soji. Now Davis. Kevin McIntyre. Rizza. Now Ashton. Goalkeeper's name all over it.
Good take, no pressure on him. Well, here we see a lovely ball slid through. Ashton out of position because he thought he'd been fouled. Lovely ball across. Just couldn't get anything on it. Morrell, good defending as well. Did enough to put him off.
Here's Dawson. Really has been no let-up from Bury. Certainly haven't rested on their laurels with that lead from the first match just 3 days ago. But the longer it goes on with this scoreline, the more the doubts start to creep in.
Well, the half chances they've had.
And this has been put through to Reza.
Good goalkeeping by Brown. Sweeping up there. The danger of Reza's pace.
Wayne Brown has been part of 3 promotions in the last 5 years, one with Chester, a couple with Hereford.
Well, chance Morrell had as well. Comes back in the box. Again, it's played to his feet, just swivels on it. And that is a terrific save, low down, had to get down quick, with a big strong hand on it. And he's trying to lift his team. The saves he's made, he's certainly doing that.
A day for goalkeepers at the moment. Some important saves by Luke Daniels and Wayne Brown in the contest so far.
You look at Morrell, the chances he's had, well, not real chances, but every one he's more or less hit the target with. So important that you do that. And sooner or later you feel that you'll get one.
It's Ben Davis over the free kick. McIntyre has volunteered his help too. Davis who hits it in, and it's cleared by Barry Murphy, and the wait really wasn't worth it.
Well, Stuart McCall said he was the Ronaldo of this division. I think it's Reggie Ronaldo.
Here's Jones. Well, he started to be increasingly influential.
That's what you like to see him do. Get in the box, then try your tricks. Then you can hold on to it a little bit in those areas, one-on-one. pretty even, isn't it, there? Get on, 4 apiece.
All doing the defending against Soji this time.
He's just watching him, though, isn't he? No arms round him.
Barry Murphy's kick. And the decision goes against Futcher.
That from about 5 yards further forward, didn't they?
Riza. Spread by Murray out to Worrell. Will get inside Buchanan this time and then back on the outside of him.
Kept his eye on it, didn't dive in.
Here's Moss. Crossed by Worrell. McIntyre's in there. Dawson didn't really connect cleanly, but Barry Murphy did.
When that sort of delivery comes in the box, you fancy Shrewsbury to get something. A decent ball in and a bit unlucky.
Coughlin's big boot downfield, cleared by Futcher, only to Davis. Dawson trying to hold him off. And the free kick goes against Ben Davis.
The referee's been very laid back with the way he makes the decisions, hasn't he? So, arm comes stretched out slowly and very unfussy.
Now Paul Simpson, the Shrewsbury manager, has been at Wembley 3 times as a player. He was saying today that one of those occasions, a full Members' Cup final for Manchester City against Chelsea, the day after, would you believe, he'd played in a United City derby that finished 2-2. 23 years on, could you imagine Robinho packing up after today's game and playing a final at Wembley the day after?
I think the easy answer is no.
Here's McIntyre. Just beyond Holt. Buchanan has to deal with it and does.
What a ball in that was. Had somebody been coming in there to help Holt, he was the only one in there. Could have been a different story.
McIntyre doesn't get the delivery right after what had been a promising Shrewsbury move.
Well, the first ball I thought was an absolute stunner. There, gets in a good area, wraps his leg round it. Where's the players in the box? One. Grant Holt near post. You have to get more in than that.
Derby County were the other side that Paul Simpson made his Wembley appearances with. One in a playoff final, one in an Anglo-Italian Cup final. Buchanan. Ashton has to be careful here with Bennett.
They're always looking for Bennett on that diagonal, aren't they? They must fancy him in the air because a number of times that ball has gone in towards him.
Good score with a header recently against Port Vale. Bennett. Knocked on by Davis. Soji actually looked as though he was going to usher it out.
Strong as an ox, isn't he?
Coughlin's shout was clear. Murray, though, couldn't keep it in.
Still a precarious lead, isn't it? Paul Simpson will know that. He'll be unduly worried at the moment. I think he'll want his players to get in the box a little bit more to help Holt out.
Holt on the ground now. Riza pretty much has to do it on his own, although he has got Worrell over to his right. Instead opted to try the shot. McIntyre, that's too short. Cleared by Buchanan.
Great movement again by Morrell.
Jones, Barry Murphy. Here's Dawson. Bennett has gone inside this time. This is Jones. Look to have a go.
Well, it all opened up for him. First thing in his mind was to turn, which is the right thing. He saw there was an opportunity, but didn't make the best of it. How nervous must he be now? You know how close you are, how well you played, how many chances have you had in this game to put the tie beyond Shrewsbury, but you're still only the one in front.
Well, he lost 2 semi-finals as a Bury player, did Alan Knill. I think leading them to the final, and certainly the stats would justify them being there.
Definitely. Creeping up for Shrewsbury though, aren't they?
Around Coughlin. Here's Worrell. From Murray. Asking too much of Moss. It's a waste. First stirrings of a substitution. Stephen Leslie is set to come on for Shrewsbury. Had plenty of time to ponder this free kick. By Langmead, away by McIntyre to Holt. Jones. Liftily away from Holt. Jevons. Bennett. Well, the header took it away from Jones, who was coming in.
It did, didn't it? Exactly the same as soon as it came in. The ball should have been played out to Bennett earlier. Jevons' shot got there eventually. There's time and space, but he steadies himself. Puts a wonderful ball in, doesn't he? There, just taken off. You don't know somebody's behind. You've got to take the chance that you can get a scoring opportunity.
Well, here's the change Paul Simpson is making. It's Paul Murray who's coming off. And Stephen Leslie, the 21-year-old Scotsman. A frequent occurrence this. He is Shrewsbury's most used substitute. Although he did get into the starting lineup at the end of the season. Started 4 of the last 5 league matches of the campaign.
I'll tell you, these matches are serious, and it was quite interesting before the game to see the two teams approach. The laid-back approach of Bury. They were playing crossbar challenge with Alan Knill leading the way. I think he hit the bar a couple of times, and Shrewsbury looked really serious. So, 2 different ways of preparing.
Wells ball across. And he was free to come and claim it. It's certainly been quite a quick turnaround in terms of the 2 legs of the semi-final. A bit more time to prepare for the final itself. Alan Knill has never been to Wembley as either a player or a manager. Morell's lay-off. Bennett looking to get in here. Ashton did, though.
Terrific defending. Bennett looked to have got in there in front. Well, Graham Holt saying how many times are you going to let him get away with it? Look, you put 4 fingers up there. And then you've got to have some sympathy. You saying, what? It's football, what do you expect? He's going to give it you on a plate. Oh, he's got those gloves on, I just don't know. It's not that cold up here, is it?
Famed for the bandana, which has been a good piece of merchandise at all the clubs he's been at. Header away by Futcher.
I just can't understand why they direct it in the area of Ben Futcher, because he's a giant. Just isolate him.
Decent run by Buchanan, trying to play in Jones, and he got the legs. Held off by Worrell.
Again, terrific defending. We've seen one from Ashton and now one from Worrell, and it's a good job it was him, because his pace put them out of trouble there.
Haslam. Andy Morell, cleared by Ashton. Kept in by Leslie.
decision.
Graham Coughlin, one captain to another as Futcher heads clear. Ashton. Morrell. Bennett. Deep from Bennett. Away by Moss, finds his man. Davis.
That was really good ball retention from Berry. Waited for the opportunity, the right opportunity to put it in.
Back well by Solji. Now Dawson. Morrell out to his left. And he uses him. Jones. Cannoned off Coughlin. Berry corner.
Well, head of steam again from Berry. Keeping possession really well. Movement excellent. Creating little opportunities.
Well, 20 minutes of the second leg to go. And they have been dominant, but it's still a worry for Bury that they haven't built on their first leg lead. Can they soothe some of the nerves here now from this corner? It's Jones who takes. Everyone was drawn towards the near post and it cleared them all.
I was looking at that, I'm thinking, why isn't somebody attacking the far post? They've got Soji and Futcher. One of them has got to attack the far post. There they both go, suck towards the near post. It's wrong. One of them attacked that space at the back.
The changes now happening for the home side. Glyn Hurst, the former Shrewsbury player who got 3 goals in 16 league matches for them, coming on to take the place of Phil Jevons. Hurst may be a former Shrewsbury player, but it didn't stop him from scoring Bury's winner against them here last month. The second against them since leaving. And Andy Morrell, who's produced some decent saves from Luke Daniels. His day is done. And Andy Bishop, who was only ever going to be risked for around 20 minutes because of the knee problem that he's had, is coming on to take Morrell's place.
I'm surprised Morrell's going off. He's caused Shrewsbury all sorts of problems because of his intelligent running and his first touch. He's always available. He's always ready to play balls into the midfield players coming to join in. Well, one thing at least, if he does go to penalties, Jevons won't have to take another one, will he?
The Shrewsbury change. Ariza going off to be replaced by Moses Ashikodi. Started the season scoring for Hereford. And since he's moved to Shrewsbury, he's only scored once for them. Away by Futcher. That's Jones, the big boot upfield. Bishop given his first thing to come on to, and Daniels got there. Holt with a flick on.
He's done well again, Daniels, isn't he? Saw the threat early, came out. Keepers do play sweeper now, don't they? Stay on the line as they used to. They come out and clear dangers when they see them.
Headed back by Moss, he didn't come for that one. And Ashton had to get rid of it. And here's Bennett! And again! Well,
when the first one came out, you think we're going to take this really early. They don't clear it well at all. Look at this, this is so poor. Good first touch, hits it. The arms go behind, Ashton's back. Second one's better. Again, Daniels up to the task.
Leslie. Ball from McIntyre, trying to set Ashikodi away. Soji.
Deceptive, isn't he, Soji, with his pace. He gets there quite comfortably.
Ashikodi playing it against Soji. Shrewsbury have a corner.
Coughlin and Langmead on their way up. I'm sure Davis will be concentrating on this one, getting it right.
Davis's corner. It's a dangerous one. And in the end, it was Futcher who got rid of it. It was a real in-swinger.
Well, we don't know how they got away with that. Barry, dear me, that just dipped.
What a hit! Holt struck it.
Well, tell you what, you talk about technique, this is absolutely superb. Look at this for a corner. Look how dangerous this is. Beats the first man, just dips, and how lucky will they get away with this. Look at that, steadies himself, very still. He's so unlucky.
Bennett playing it across. And Langmead got there. Jones. Now Buchanan. It's come to Bennett. Dawson.
I'll tell you what, going back to that volley from Grant Holt, anybody watching, that's how you hit a volley. Your body's still, you set yourself. No movement too much, because if you move your body too much, it's all over the place. That was perfect. You're just so unlucky that Brown's in the right place again.
Well, more action from this division later. Gillingham and Rochdale, no score in the first leg of that one. Second leg is live tonight. Sky Sports 1 and HD1 from 6:30. At the moment, Bury will be the first team into the League Two final. But it's still in the balance. There was an arm there from Hurst into the face of Ashton.
Ashton not happy, having a word with the referee and with Hurst. And this is why he's not happy. There's the elbow right in the side of his face. And that's not a good one. Both concentrating. We'll talk about leverage. Yes, you have to jump, but a bit of movement there. Don't know how to see that. Well, there's the man who nearly equalised. A real piece of quality. See when the ball comes, look how he steadies himself. When he hits it, he's still, look at that. Plants his left foot. He's so still when he hits that. And that's why it's gone like that, on target at that pace.
I think that was the first attempt that Shrewsbury had managed on target in the second half.
It just shows you how good defensively Bury have been, doesn't it? Well, they've only conceded one in the last 4 home games. Well, nearly racing on to double. Shrewsbury have had, attempt-wise. Going over double on target.
The Bury line's still there for Alan Nill, and Paul Simpson hoping still that his team can retrieve this. Time running out though.
I think Paul Simpson will just be delighted he's still only 1-0 down in this tie. What's happened in and around the goal, the missed penalty, the follow-up that Daniels has produced 2 or 3 really good saves.
Leslie's kick. Sedge's there to meet it and get it away. Bishop to clear too far. Back in by Davis. Ashikodi coming in. Coughlin was there too. Cleared by Futcher.
Excellent defending at the far post. It was 2 against 1 as well. It was Dawson who was involved in that as well.
Played up by Worrell. Coughlin had stayed forward. Futcher got a touch. Ashikodi happy to leave that for the corner.
Well, Shrewsbury fans willing their side to get that vital equaliser. And the quality that this man's been putting in just lately, who's to say it won't happen?
Before it can be taken though, the referee just detailing what he wants to happen here. Words for Haslam. He's got his eye on Moss.
Probably looking at the wrong combination again.
It's Davis's kick that goes in. It's Futcher again who meets it. McIntyre underneath it.
Tell you what, Futcher again. I know he's 6'5", but you've still got to put yourself in the right position to head it clear. And he's done it on so many occasions. First leg, I gave him man of the match because of his captain's display for me. Here he is again, under pressure. Just heads it clear from his own 6-yard box. Gets a lot of distance on it. There's the foul.
Well, he's Mr. Unlucky in the playoffs, Ben Futcher. This is his 5th attempt at them in 7 years, and so far he's lost 3 finals and a semi.
And he's very aware of that, I'm sure.
There's Bishop, he came back off Coughlin, the goalkeeper slipped, and Hurst nipped in.
He gambled, didn't he, Hurst, there, and nearly got rewarded for that gamble. Looked like when it's headed on, just going to go through to Daniels. There he moves across, gets a foot there nearly, and just forces the pressure to get the corner.
Moss had to come to his goalkeeper's aid. Daniels having slipped in that bare patch in his 6-yard box. Jones swings in the corner, Futcher was there.
He knows how close that was. This time he stayed at the far post. Looked again like they were both going to go. There's the spin. That gets him a little bit of time and space, but just couldn't get the power to put it on target. It's good defended by Coughlin. Again, just doing enough to put him off. Yeah, I think the referee's right there. I think he got caught, but I thought he caught it on himself there a little bit. And the Bury fans not happy. Soji, just going to see how he is. There, he jumps into him, knocks him, and he gets hurt by Soji, but it was not Soji's fault.
Soji showing concern for somebody who's proved a formidable adversary today. This will be of concern to Paul Simpson, because when they're hunting for a goal, they will want the man who's provided 28 of them this season on the field. Amongst that 28, the winner against Bury at home back in December, the match in which Efi Soji was sent off.
Well, to the last 10 minutes.
Just listening to his breathing here, and I wonder if there's concern that maybe a dislocated rib.
Well, you don't want to see that, do you? Here's the challenge. There, he's jumped into Soji there. Soji can do nothing to get out of the way at all. And that's totally accidental. He's not meant that at all. Holt has jumped into him. The referee's given the foul rightly, and it's just unfortunate that he's been caught in that challenge. Soji has done a lot wrong in the penalty area. He's had his arms all over Holt, but this time I think it was accidental. But he's a big boy. He'll get up and get on with it.
I'm not sure Holt believes that it was accidental. But he seems all right. And so battle between the two of them will recommence. Cleared by Coughlin. Here's Barry Murphy, Jones, Dawson.
Again, it's well worked, isn't it? 1 and 2 touch, laid off and finish, just not matching the passes that led up to it.
And they go again, Holt and Soji. That's going to be an interesting one in the last 10 minutes of the game.
It's been non-stop, hasn't it, the battle between those two? It's been a great battle as well. Yes, they're both going to moan at each other because they're both physical players. Sometimes one or the other is going to get hurt. That's what it's all about.
Ashton's throw. Here's Moses Ashikodi. Ashton.
Taking too much time to clear it there. They've done it earlier.
Leslie trying to fire it across. Away by Bennett. Up goes Bishop. Was he pulled down by Coughlin?
I thought he was. The assistant didn't see it.
Ashikodi wins that ahead of Efi Soji. Brown, though, happy to collapse on top of it.
Oh, who's got the bottle now? Barry got the bottle to hold on. Shrewsbury got it to take this game into extra time or to win it.
Here's Jones. The goal for Bury now surely would win it as a contest. Bennett swings it in. Daniels takes a hand to it.
That was a teasing ball, wasn't it? Daniels gamble came out and just got enough on it to clear the danger.
Still Bury keeping up the pressure. Suddenly opened up for Haslam. On by Hurst. Bishop.
Kane, fantastic defending. Staying on the feet. Being big, not diving in. Bishop did ever so well there to turn and make the space for the shot. Oh, look at this ball from Bennett. Just a teasing one. Shall I come, shall I stay? Comes, gambles, gets a touch. That's what you like to see, a goalkeeper at least come in, get something on it, staying on his line.
Well, Ashton caught by Dawson.
Well, again, I think he's made a little bit of this. Dawson had to go. There, Ashton goes to clear. Look, and he's not really caught him in any shape or form. It's a little bit theatrical. He's hurt himself falling over.
Well, the referee, I don't think, was going to show a card, but having spoken to his linesman, I think he changed his mind.
Well, I think his linesman's got that wrong. No, I'm sorry, I think that's wrong.
11th booking of the season for Dawson.
A bit different class though, hasn't he, today, Dawson in midfield. He's marshalled them. Butcher from the back with Sodgy. Dawson in the centre of midfield. Vital interceptions. Defended well, tracked back well. He's having a word with Ashton saying, I didn't catch you, you know I didn't.
Well, Alan nil and Bury are almost there. But sometimes the closer you get, the further away it can seem.
Tell me about it. Been in those positions before, horrible. That clock goes so slowly when you're 1-0 up. Just a surprise there's been no goals because he's had everything, hasn't it, this game?
Including a missed penalty for Bury in the first half. Bishop with a header down. Bennett. It's Haslam's ball across. Cleared by Moss. Dawson underneath it. Bishop wins the header. Now can Haslam put in a testing ball?
A look more likely with Bishop in there when they put the ball in the box. Before, when the two boys were up front, it was balls to feet. Evans and Morrell.
Ashikodi looking to get on the right side of Sodgy.
How good was that? How cool was that?
Mr. Experience, Sodgy. Promoted in the playoffs with Huddersfield, one of 4 promotions he's had in his career. Coughlin's header. Haslam. Ashton. On by Ashikodi. Fucci was looking for his goalkeeper to be further forward than he actually was. This is Leslie. Davis. Moss. Crossed by Ashton. Holt looking to get underneath it. Sodgy went up. Danger here with Moss climbing. McIntyre coming in! And Shrewsbury have done it right at the death! They have found salvation for themselves with a clinical strike from Kevin McIntyre.
It's a terrific strike, but I think you have to look at Buchanan here. Wonderful strike. But you have to, I think, defend better than this. There's the ball put in. And look at Buchanan now. He tries to pull that down. What is he trying to pull it down for? Then he puts it back in his own box. And that is the result. Brown can do nothing. You should have guessed from the first one, the first leg, the mistake. Now watch this. Try and pull it down. Then he puts it back in his own box. You cannot defend like that at any level. And that's what you get. You get punished for it. I just don't know what goes through players' minds. Nobody near him, just hook it clear, get it away. And he's trying to pull it down in his own box. Give him credit. That was a wonderful strike. powerful, kept it down, and they're delighted, and momentum certainly with them now, isn't it?
Well, you can see the joy in the crowd scene with the player, the staff and the supporters. They wondered if the break would come, and Bury, just 2 minutes away from Wembley, suddenly find themselves pegged back. An awful feeling for Alan Nil.
Well, story of two left-backs in the two games, isn't it? Ashton in the first leg, own goal over the top of his keeper. Now Buchanan, for some reason, thought he was good enough to pull it down in his own box. Then he put it straight towards the penalty spot, and the next minute it's in the back of the net.
So costly mistake so far. Is there going to be another one? We are heading at the moment for extra time. Shrewsbury cancel out Bury's first leg lead.
Well, good sides go right at the final whistle, don't they? There's always been the belief, 1-0 down, they could get back in, and they've certainly done that. The penalty miss and all the half chances, the saves by Daniels. Will it come back to haunt Bury?
The question is how much stoppage time will be added on after that injury to Holt earlier. Moss was looking to his goalkeeper there, and he's come with Jones loitering with intent.
He was desperate for him to come, wasn't he? And he came this time.
Well, there'll be 4 minutes of stoppage time, so there is plenty of time for a winner to be found. Ashton looking to set Leslie away this time. Soji clears.
Just got to regroup now. Dawson trying to marshal his troops. And focused again. Easy to switch off now. Feel sorry for yourself.
Travelling Salop band, jumping for joy. It could get even better. Here's McIntyre. Header away by Futcher. To throw in.
Good opportunity to put a better cross in than that, wasn't it?
Ashton to take. And it's Ashton who delivers with the cross. Holt looking to steer it in.
Well, did well to adjust there, didn't he? Did very well. You can see now they feel they've got it in them to win this game. Look at this. Hooks it round. Doesn't get it on target. Flips over the bar. Did well to even get it that close. Well, you just wonder how Phil Jevons is feeling now. He's off the pitch, can't do anything about it.
Helped on by Holt. Ashikodi looking to get the better of Soji, who are both appealing for handball. And the linesman is flagging. And which way is he going to give it? He's given it against Soji. And what's the card going to be here for Efi Soji? What is the card going to be here? Player who was red carded earlier in the season against them gets a yellow now.
Certainly bounces up. I think there's a nudge in the back there. It bounces off his head onto his arm, but I thought he was fouled.
Well, it's all gone horribly wrong here for Bury. We've got less than 2 minutes of stoppage time left, and having conceded 2 minutes from the end of normal time, well, Bury could be buried here.
Well, I would put Futcher and Soji in this wall, because there's no way Davies is going to play a ball to any of the big lads. Get the two big lads in the wall, make it difficult.
Ben Davies, who missed Shrewsbury's playoff final of 2 years ago when he was injured in the second leg of the semi-final, could put them back at Wembley. Davies strikes it against the wall.
Well, they thought that was the moment, didn't they? The wall stood firm.
The corner is the cue for Coughlan to come forward. It's Davies who delivers with a kick. It's headed over by Holt.
This is a chance, because it's Grant Holt. It's in the 6-yard box. And there's the battle again. Just gets up a little bit too early, doesn't he?
Langmead. by Dawson. This is Hurst. Jones. Ball played forward by Buchanan. Jones took it on the turn. McIntyre, Shrewsbury's goal-scoring hero, defends. Dawson. Now Futcher. There will be an extra 30 minutes. Bury were 2 minutes away from Wembley when they were denied by a goal from Kevin McIntyre that draws the tie level on aggregate. Alan nil, so close and yet so far in the end from leading Bury out in the playoff final at Wembley as Paul Simpson's Shrewsbury troops rescued it. 1-0 to Shrewsbury, but 1-1 on aggregate and an extra 30 minutes to come.
Shrewsbury go through almost the entire season with just one away win to their name, and then they win 3 in a row. And how does Kevin McIntyre feel? How does Shrewsbury feel? Extra time is coming next. There's the man who's just given Shrewsbury a lifeline. Kevin McIntyre scoring his 3rd goal of the season, which means that Shrewsbury have beaten Bury 1-0. We are into extra time, no away goals. And then it will be penalties, if need be, for a place in the Wembley final of the League Two playoff final. Stuart McCall, did you see that goal coming?
I've got to say no, I don't think second half Shrewsbury did enough. But I feel for Nilly because you've got a defender there. If he puts his foot through the ball and clears it, it's not a problem. But the kid is a left back, he's a good footballer, and he tries to take it down. If he just sends that away, there's no danger. Having said that, the lad hits it sweetly, and it's a terrific goal, but it's a big blow to Bury.
It gives them that huge feeling now. Does it also give them the impetus going into extra time?
Well, you think things have gone with them. 2 minutes to go, they've scored, they've had a penalty against them, not scored against them. So maybe now you think tipping Shrewsbury. But I says at the beginning, it'd go to extra time, but I still fancy Bury. I'll stick with that.
Who knows which way it will go. More drama to come over the next 30 minutes with Gary Birtles and Rob Hawthorne.
Well, the look on Alan Nill's face pretty much tells the story as far as Bury are concerned. That first leg lead looked as though it was going to be good enough for them until just over 2 minutes from the end. And that strike from Kevin McIntyre has changed the picture and looks, as things stand, to have tipped the balance back in Shrewsbury's favour. Bearing in mind that Bury have missed a penalty in normal time. We've had goalkeepers on top, and maybe the goalkeepers will get the chance to be a hero in a penalty shootout. But before we get that far, 30 more minutes. Kevin McIntyre, who actually scored a penalty here in a Macclesfield draw 2 years ago, but today he made David Buchanan pay the penalty for some slipshod defending. There's going to be a card here straight away, just seconds into extra time. Oh, it's a red card. Well, for Leslie, the young substitute is sent off within seconds of the start of extra time.
Well, Shrewsbury players have gone absolutely berserk. As a man, they've run to the referee. They're probably saying he only came on as sub. That's his first foul. And how does he feel now? Did he deserve it? Paul Simpson, incredulous there. He can't believe it. We talk about momentum. Has it suddenly turned against them? Well, the referee's made a very, very big decision, hasn't he? Is it the right one? Well, straight from the kickoff, both going for it. He leads with his arm a little bit, goes through, but is it a sending off offence? There's Dawson keeping his eye on it. I don't think it's a sending off offence. The referee, look how close he is. He's caught him, he's gone for the ball, he's followed through him, the momentum's with him. Dawson's jumping from a standing position, and because he's running straight at him from distance, that momentum's got to take him through. Just whether it was an intentional lead with the arm. But you've got to say, first challenge by a substitute.
Well, looked harsh for Paul Simpson's side. Is that the break of good fortune that Alan Nill now needs? Although we often hear it said that sometimes playing against 10 men isn't as easy as it sounds.
Yeah, how many times have we seen that this season?
First with a header, away by Ashton. Ashikodi and Holt staying up as a front two. They're a man light in midfield though now since Leslie went off. And the ball breaks here for Bishop. Chance for Berry! And he doesn't take it! The top scorer denied by the save from Daniels.
What a save again. One-on-one, it is the hardest chance in football. Looks to stay on side, steadies himself here, but he's narrowed the angle so well. Gave him very little in the end to shoot at. Watch how he comes out, waits, and that is a terrific save. He's narrowed the angle so well.
Here's Hurst. Well, coming as it did, that chance straight off the back of the sending off, that really could have killed Shrewsbury off.
Oh, you feel if that had gone in, the heads would have dropped and they'd just maybe imploded, but again Daniels keeps him in it.
Bishop sets it up this time, but he's offside, Hurst.
And this time, watch the assistant, he waited, then the flag went up. So it's always a dangerous game to play that, playing offside all the time, because you feel that the opposition will get it right, and Bishop did, Hurst didn't.
Daniels with a kick, and Holt comes across. Haslam away, Davis underneath it. Pitcher has to get rid of it. Moss going up. Didn't quite break for Davis.
Well, a missed penalty, a one-on-one there for Bishop, top scorer. Certainly had chances to wrap this game up, and still they haven't done it.
Harry Murphy with a foul. No hard feelings from Worrell.
Referee having a smile.
Here's Moss with a free kick up towards Langmead. Anticipated though by Soji. He gets it away to Bennett. Good break from Bennett. Dawson's pulled it back. Angle tight for Bennett. I need support. Played in by Bishop.
Wanted too much time, didn't he, Bennett? Why didn't you just take it early?
Bennett with the cross this time.
That's awful. That is awful. Bennett had a chance first to get a ball on target, waited too long. Secondly, he had a good chance to put a decent ball in, didn't do that either. And he knows.
Bennett, who's on loan from Wolves, for whom his only 2 appearances were in the League Cup. Haslam. Ashikodi. Jones. Hurst fended off well by Langmead. Worrell. This is Davis. Shrewsbury having to play with a narrow midfield since Leslie was sent off. Here's Ashikodi. And he made the mistake for the equaliser on aggregate. Buchanan getting it away from Ashikodi.
You think Shrewsbury will be delighted with penalties. Still got quite a few bodies around the box.
McIntyre. Now Davis. Moss with the throw. Ashikodi and cleared by Ben Fletcher. Of course, if it does go to penalties now, Berry will have to withdraw a man in the shootout. Shrewsbury are down to 10 men, but will it get as far as the shootout?
Keep it tidy, keep it tidy, keep it tidy.
Worrell.
Oh, he's trying to get a corner, hasn't he? Trying to do the right thing. Didn't get it to cannon off anybody.
Chris Holt. Ashikodi just holding his run to stay onside. Butcher and Buchanan up against him here. Oh, he's done brilliantly, Ashikodi. Away by Soji from in front of Davis.
You're right, he did do brilliantly. All he needed was a rash challenge there, and it's a penalty, but Barry just stayed on the feet, didn't dive in. Maybe a little bit of ability here, twists and turns. Looks second favourite, doesn't he? Again, gets in the box, does well, and nearly gets a chance for Davis.
Coughlin's header. Barry Murphy leaned into that challenge from Worrell. Here's Haslam. Now Dawson. Brian Barry Murphy. Bishop. Buchanan has a go and forces the save, which is cleared straight to Ashton, and that's a wayward clearance from him.
Well, it must be the area, but this is another really good save. They back off him, tries to atone for his mistake, palms it wide, and then Ashton does a little bit of what Buchanan did in the same area. Moves a bit too strong hands there, pushes it wide.
Barry Murphy's corner, away by Holtz.
Just don't know why Barry don't have anybody attacking that far post. Again, everybody gets so close to the near.
Broken off Soji for Worrell. This one here with Buchanan.
That's good defending. Stuck to his task well, Buchanan.
As soon as you make a mistake like the one he did for the goal, you have to clear your head pretty quickly, and the indications certainly are that he has. Barry Murphy.
Still be going through his mind, I would think, that decision to pull it down in the box. Buchanan. You see the best footballing full-backs in the world. They don't take chances in their own box there. When they're under pressure, you just get rid.
Davis. Here's Ashton.
Still keeping the two up, aren't they? 10 men. Cody's there again, putting pressure on, fresher legs.
He's done well since he came on, Ashikodi.
Yeah,
Here's Dawson. Over the outstretched leg of Davis, and that's going to be a card for him.
it's fatigue a little bit, isn't it? You knew Dawson had got the better of him. Could have been going into a dangerous area. Took the chance of getting the yellow card.
Well, Stephen Leslie knows that even if Shrewsbury get to Wembley, he won't be there because of suspension. The last thing that Ben Davis will want is another card now, having missed out through injury when Shrewsbury were in the playoff final a couple of years ago. On that occasion because of injury. Played in by Jones, over the head of Butcher. Soji coming in and off the line. Well, great defending from Moss.
Brilliant defending. Absolutely superb. One of those horrible hanging balls. Butcher doesn't win it, Soji does. It's over the keeper, and that is absolutely brilliant defending. Switched on there, concentrating. Easy to switch off in those pressure situations.
Jones's corner, Butcher reaching up for it, but leaning on Coughlin to do so.
Well, when you're down to 10 men and you're tired, sometimes you do switch off mentally. He certainly didn't there. Moss was brilliantly defending that.
Darren Moss, who turns 28 the day after the playoff final. We're hoping to celebrate that birthday in style. He was part of the Shrewsbury team that was relegated to the conference and then promoted back a year later. Though it's now his second spell with the club, having departed for Crewe in between. Header away by Haslam. It's Bennett. Certainly relieve the pressure with that clearance up to Bishop. On by Hurst. Bishop has Jones in the middle, but Langmead covering.
Experience defending there from Langmead.
Dawson. Here's Hurst, can he turn? He's got Bishop there with him. Bennett. Ashton holds him up. Ashton giving Bennett no time at all.
There's the benefit of the doubt of the fullback. Bennett saying why.
Here's Jones. Dawson. It's Bennett's cross. Defended by Davis.
Defended very well by Davis.
Helped on by Bishop to Hurst. Jones. It's Bennett's cross. Bishop's there!
Well,
what happened there? What happened there?
What a ball in this is by Bennett. And you would expect 10 times out of 10, this is a goal. Gets to the near post, no pressure on him, totally misses it. Does he get a touch? Didn't look to be in the first place. Just gets a little touch, but not enough to put it in that corner. He did a bigger touch, and Alan Neil must think it's not his day. What a great chance that is. He's had a one-on-one. He's had one there where, under no pressure, he's just put it wide.
His third year running as the club's top scorer, Andy Bishop, and yet despite the 17 he's got, two big chances at either end of this half that have been spurned could in the end prove so costly for Bury. But I hope it's third time lucky. Helped on by Bishop. This is Hurst. One added minute in the first period of extra time. Here's Dawson. Took his eye off it. Haslam.
It was one of those balls that was bouncing at him, wasn't it? Pinged it at him quite hard, and it's took a nasty bobble.
Haslam's header. Well, it's the turnaround, and Andy Bishop ruining two missed chances. Shrewsbury ruining the sending off of Stephen Leslie in an explosive start. But no addition to the scoreline. Still 1-0 Shrewsbury, 1-1 on aggregate.
And Stuart McCall, the Bradford City manager, watching on with us here in the studio. They've had their chances, Bury.
Certainly have, yeah. Bishop, you'd expect him at least get one out of them two. And you just begin to think, is it Shrewsbury's day?
It's got penalties written all over it, hasn't it?
Well, yeah. And again, you feel for the manager at this stage. They've got to rally the troops again. Bit unfortunate, obviously, with the sending off Shrewsbury, but they've stuck together. They've cleared one off the line. Been a bit fortunate with Bishop's misses, as we say. But is it there? Is it wrote there for Shrewsbury to go on to Wembley?
Just the worst possible start to extra time for Shrewsbury, having got the late goal that's got them into it, and then to lose Stephen Leslie just 12 seconds in. Is that a red card offence?
Oh, he don't catch him, does he? I think, you know, as I said before, I like the referee, and I think he's, you know, he usually gets most things right. But looking at that again, I don't think he gets that one right. I don't think it's the right call. I don't think he catches him. He leads with his arm, but he's certainly focused on going for the ball. And looking at that, it's a poor decision.
And if you're Shrewsbury, if you're Paul Simpson there now, and you've got 10 men, They have the man advantage. You've got 15 minutes to get to penalties. Is that in your mind? Just get a clean sheet now.
Yeah, it is. It certainly is. And I think with Berry also Nilly will be telling the two centre-halves, be careful with Ashikodi up there, his pace on the break. You only need one chance, Shrewsbury, to, on the break, and I think they could do it. But it's Berry will come at them, and it's how well Shrewsbury can defend. But up to now, they've done well enough. 15
minutes then from penalties. Let's get back to Gary and Rob.
Well, it certainly was an explosive start to the first period of extra time with a sending off. There's a sending on at the start of the second period of extra time, and Grant Holt has gone off, interestingly. Nick Chadwick on, interesting, because Holt is the main penalty taker.
That is interesting, isn't it? That is a gamble. Is there something wrong with him when he's injured? He's a little bit fatigued, but that's what you do as a manager. You make those sort of decisions. If you get it right, you're unbelievable. If you don't, well, you're not unbelievable. Very ordinary.
Well, will someone in either team prevent the need for penalties? It's Jones trying to get Berry on the front foot. Here's Hurst to Buchanan. Worrell holding him up. Being made to work for it here. Buchanan. Jones. Here's Dawson. And the header away by McIntyre.
Tell you what, Shrewsbury are closing down so well. Look how far they've forced them back. It was around their 18-yard box 15 seconds ago, and now they're back on the halfway line. But they've got to do that for the full second half of this extra time.
It is an injury-influenced decision to take Grant Holt off. He's still suffering chest problems from that clash he had with Effie Sodji in normal time. So he sits out the remainder, and it's all down to Nick Chadwick, the one-time Everton man.
Brown said to Sodji, play it the other way. You don't need to play it back to me. In no hurry to take this throw in. You can understand that. Harshly sent off. Leslie leaves them down to 10. Guess that Berry won't want us to go to penalties. They just don't think it's their day at the moment.
Sodji. Now Futcher. Moss. Back by Hurst. Away by Worrell.
Shrewsbury won't mind the long ball up front because they've got two centre-halves who'll head it. They've got to get it on the floor and play it round like they were doing before. For the moment, they're just pumping the ball long.
Here's Dawson. Now Bennett. It's Bishop offering width now on the right. Looking for Hurst with the cross. And Shakodi came across to block off Dawson, whose boot was raised and the free kick's given.
He's done well, he's got back there to help out Shakodi.
Player who's played in the Premier League, just a couple of appearances for Watford. He also played once in the SPL in an Old Firm game for Rangers. A Wembley appearance on the horizon for either of these teams, but it's anybody's. Despite the fact Shrewsbury down to 10 men after that sending off of young Stephen Leslie right at the start of extra time.
It's been the quietest period of the game so far, this start to the second period.
Here's Buchanan.
Trying to work a way through. The work rate of Shrewsbury at the moment, not allowing it. Shakodi has dropped in to help out now. And Chadwick up there.
Barry Murphy's fed it through to Bennett. Dawson. Blocked by Coughlin.
That's how they're going to get through, if they're going to get through at all. Play it to feet, play it around the 18-yard box. And the openings will come.
Jones. Pressing down by Ashikodi. Here's Barry Murphy. Dawson. Buchanan.
Non-stop Dawson, hasn't he? He's always available, always there.
Barry Murphy's picked out Jones. Here's Buchanan. Taking on Worrell, who blocks the cross.
I think a couple of times they've had a chance to get a shot away. Jones and Dawson both declined a chance.
Barry Murphy. In by Stephen Dawson. First climbing for it. Coughlin climbed with him. Ashton away. Chadwick up there pretty much on his own at the moment. Soji keeping him under control.
Chadwick's fresh legs, he's just got to run across the line. Not an easy job being the lone striker up there. All he's got to do is keep pressure on the back four if he can. So that ball from Barry Murphy wasn't needed. Didn't need to ping that like that.
Dawson. I guess there comes a point, especially for Shrewsbury, with 10 men, where they accept that penalties is their best bet.
Well, I think that's what they're looking at now. They're getting everybody back. Ashikody's helping out, and at the moment they're closing down really well. They're making it difficult for Bury to find a way through.
Well, Bury do have another change at their disposal. Alan Nell is going to use that substitution. Soji here looking to run it out. And is successful.
Try and get around him if you like. Difficult.
Well, the man who might provide a fresh injection is Danny Raki, the 21-year-old. It's Haslam that he's coming on to replace. Raki's normally a right-sided midfielder, hasn't been able to get into the team because of the form of Elliot Bennett. So it's an attacking move really being made by Alan Nill.
Yeah, looks like it's going through at the back, doesn't it? Or is he coming back to replace him?
The 30th game of Raki's career for Huddersfield and Bury, and all of them have been as a substitute. He's never started a senior game. Here's Dawson. Bennett wanted it played forward early. Looked instead for Bishop with a header. Couldn't loop it over the goalkeeper though.
Should have headed it down. First had made a move. It's a long way out to try and beat Daniels. There, look, he's slightly off balance. Just head it down. Hurst comes into the picture there. That was the move. He looks to have just gone straight to the swap, doesn't he, at the moment? Straight to right back.
Here's Futcher. Now Dawson. Barry Murphy. Bennett.
Would have gone over 2 goals, wouldn't it? He knew what a chance that was to get a decent shot away. Didn't do it particularly well. Tired minds out there now.
Well, they're wondering how it got this far, the Bury fans, because they seemed set fair for Wembley until 2 minutes from the end of normal time.
Well, look at the attempts, dear me, 21 for Bury. That's how it's looking at the moment. 11 on target, and still they can't score.
I think they always knew, though, that Shrewsbury was going to be a banana skin.
21 attempts. Daniels is playing superbly in the Shrewsbury goal.
Inevitable more brilliance from the goalkeepers in a penalty shootout.
Yep, they can become the heroes, can't they? The thing is, the number of good chances that Bury have had, the penalty, yes, and then the 2 Bishop chances. More than enough to sort this game out.
Jones. Barry Murphy tried to thread one through, it's fallen for Bishop. Stopped by the goalkeeper's legs this time. Back in by Raki, and away by Coughlin.
Well, Daniels having an absolute stormer, isn't he? Played his part in the own goal in the first leg. Keeping Bury out single-handedly at the moment.
Raki's ball across, Hurst gets there. Away by Langmead, Buchanan's in the box this time. Got his shot away, but it's blocked. Barry Murphy, Buchanan. Infield to Dawson. Stephen Dawson trying to line one up. And blocked again by Daniels to deny Bishop his 4th big chance in extra time.
Unbelievable day he's having, isn't he? Everything is turning to gold for Daniels.
Here's Buchanan. Hurst going on this time, but always the goalkeepers.
Well, absolute different class he's been. Well, there's the Dawson, it's a miss it. They get lucky, it bounces to him, you think, here we go. Could that be the winner? Daniels is saying, no, it isn't.
Here's Bennett, Ashton slides in, they're looking for another penalty. The referee looked long and hard looking for help from his linesman, and all they get is a corner.
Well, that looked a little bit close, didn't it? Bennett, not happy. His pace gets him there. Now, where is the challenge? Well, I don't think he gets the ball. It's difficult to tell from behind.
Ashton, the man who gave away with the penalty in the first half, gets away with that one. Bishop climbs and heads away from goal. Not his day, is it?
Well, again, that's a clear header, isn't it? Well, here's the corner. There's Bishop. He gets slightly off balance, but you expect him to get it on target. Not happy with the ref. Here's where Bennett gets in. He gets a touch. Ashton gets nowhere near the ball for me. That's just in the box. Nowhere near the ball. And I think the assistant's got to be big and he's got to be brave on that sort of decision. And he wasn't. Referee, I don't think, could see it from where he was. The assistant could.
Well, Ashton, who gave away a penalty in normal time for a challenge on Morel, got away with that one, no question about it.
Well, look at that. Last 10 minutes, massively on top, as you'd expect against 10 men. But Daniels is still keeping them at bay.
They want to do without penalties. Very keen to win it from open play. Bishop with the layoff. Jones. Now Hurst. The attempt is blocked. And here's Barry Murphy. Looking for Bishop. Asher Cody putting the defensive pressure on. Good ball from Dawson. Raki's in there, but well anticipated by Ashton.
And this time he does get the ball. The last time he didn't.
Well, still Bury crank it up. Dawson's ball in. Hurst gets in front of the goalkeeper. But he's looked unbeatable today so far, Daniels.
He's been fantastic, isn't he? Well, his name's Daniels. I think Bury possibly like a drink of the same name at the moment, the way he's playing.
Played in by Worrell. Oh, and Chadwick somehow got underneath it.
Well, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Quality of that ball in there. Eluded Soji and Chadwick.
Well, we're at the stage where a goal really would be a golden goal, effectively. Jones has a go, comes back off Coughlin. Raki has 3 in the box. One of them is Glyn Hurst, who climbs and gets there. Bishop, can he turn? He's prodded it back. And Ashton glad to get rid of it, as Hurst could get no power behind the shot.
You just feel it's not going to be their day, don't you? You just have that feeling.
Barry Murphy. Bishop. Barry Murphy again. Bennett, Bishop, is this going to be the moment? Bennett, it's blocked!
That's unbelievable, isn't it? You're coming to the point where you're speechless. Chance after chance after chance.
And how cruel would it be if Shrewsbury were to break and score, but too much on that one for Chadwick. Brown's in control there. Still there might be another opportunity before the finish for Bury. Sochi keen to get them going. Barry Murphy, can he pick out a killer pass? He has! He's found Bennett, and Ashton closes him down.
Redeems himself there. Really excellent defending. This has been a cracker. Absolute belter.
Well, the Bury fans behind that goal willing this one to go in.
Well, what they don't want to do now is commit a foul, Barry. Don't do anything silly, just make them defend.
One added minute. Barry Murphy takes the corner. Shrewsbury have dealt with it. Got a throw in Bury. Still more than half a minute left. Here's Buchanan. Now Jones. Right across to Raki. And he's pulled it in there for Butcher, who pulls it wide.
Well, it's just unreal, isn't it? They've passed it really well, they've played it really well. And here's Raki, puts in a good area, slightly behind Ben Butcher. And here is the one that's probably done it for them. Again, it's Daniels. Couldn't see when it first happened, but it's that man again, Daniels.
Shrewsbury hold out. Their goalkeeper Luke Daniels has looked unbeatable and now has the chance to be a hero in a penalty shootout. Andy Bishop's been wondering what he's got to do to beat him, but penalties it will be to decide the playoff semi-final.
And so the first possible attempts in the playoff semi-finals, we have penalty shootout between Bury and Shrewsbury. Paul Simpson just going through the numbers. Stuart McCall, the Bradford City manager, watching on, and Alan Nill just trying to work out his 5 as well. And he'll be wondering as well how they didn't score, Stuart.
Incredible. How they didn't score in that second period of extra time, who knows. But that's, the keeper's been outstanding, young Daniels, and now he's got a chance to really be a hero. I thought he was probably at fault, you know, for the goal in the first leg, but he's certainly made up for it today. He's been outstanding, the kid, and I feel for Bury because they've done everything. But Shrewsbury will be disappointed they went down to 10 men originally, but now it is, you take the ball, you don't change your mind. Whatever you do, every penalty taker will be told the same. You pick which spot you're going to hit it in, don't change your mind on the way up. Them who hesitate usually miss.
Does it matter how we got here now? I mean, you could argue that Bury have the momentum, but this is just penalties.
Yeah, exactly. You know, down to the keeper to be a hero. I just hope there's more than one person that misses. I hope it's not just a case of one person costs a chance to go to Wembley. I hope there's a few misses, if anything. But I think over the piece, over the 46 games, I think Bury's been the best side and probably deserve it to go to Wembley, and on today's showing. But Shrewsbury have kept in there, played with 10 men for the last 30 minutes, and how they've, you know, kept a clean sheet, you know, on the keeper, and some great defending, and to be honest, poor finishing by Bury.
Interesting that the penalties are actually going to be taken in front of the Shrewsbury fans, which I understand is a decision based on safety. So that young man is going to have some support behind him anyway. Does that make a difference, Stuart?
Yeah, I suppose it does. And as you say, you'd normally toss a coin, but you know, they get this back to safety. I mean, why is it more safe to be behind Shrewsbury than it is Bury? You know, they can't understand that for one moment. But normally you would toss a coin. There's just as many fans behind the goal at Shrewsbury end as there is at Bury, and so I don't know how that decision's been made.
I can tell you. Apparently there's a bigger gap behind the goal, between the fans and the goal, which means that the Bury fans could run forward. And that
of course there is. I remember playing there myself. There's a huge gap. Yeah, about another extra foot. But yeah, such as that. But I mean, as I say, it's you know, you go up, you don't change your mind, and put it in the place you want to put it, and hopefully you're a hero.
So you've got Daniels, is the 21-year-old, the rookie really, if you like, and you've got Wayne Brown, who's got the experience. He's played 400 games of first-team football. Who'd you rather have in your goal at this stage? Does that kind of thing matter?
Honestly, it's down to the kickers. I mean, Wayne Brown's had an excellent season. You know, he's been a really good buy for Bury. Daniels went on a month's loan originally from West Brom, and again, he's been terrific today. So no, I think it's down to people stepping up, and you know, you look around the sides and Holt's off, Rees is off, the two strikers that started. You know, where's the penalty takers coming from?
We're about to find out. I won't put you on the spot because we're about to see 10 men on the spot here at Gig Lane for a place at Wembley and a little step closer to League One. Let's get back to Gary and Ron.
Well, Ben Futcher won the toss and was quite clear that he wanted his team to go first, and Brian Barry Murphy will do that against a goalkeeper who has, of course, already in this match saved a penalty at this end of the ground with his home supporters behind him from Phil Jevons in normal time. He's making a point about the spot on which the ball is placed. One of those days when you're watching against your better instincts. Barry Murphy then to try and give Bury a good lead against the dancing Shrewsbury goalkeeper, and he has given him the lead.
Fantastic. Under pressure from those Shrewsbury fans, all waving behind the goal, kept his nerve, smashed it to the bottom corner, sends the keeper the wrong way. That's why Ben Futcher said, right, we'll go first. You score the first, pressure's on the opposition, who have been magnificent in extra time, you have to say, to stay in this game with 10 men.
And so the pressure now switches to Ben Davis, the man who missed the final through injury 2 years ago. It's a great reply.
Well, same corner, same quality.
Well, both these teams have been practicing penalties this week, and so far with the first two, that homework has paid off. A little bit of mind games here with Luke Daniels holding on to the ball before returning it to Bury's next taker, who is Mike Jones, the man who had a lone spell at Shrewsbury, scored on the debut of that 14-match spell against Lincoln. Can he add to the pressure now against his former club? He's being forced to replace it, and he's looking as though he's not going to take much of a run-up, which is sometimes a bit of a concern. Jones takes, but he does score.
Keeper gets the right way. The quality was so good, didn't get near it. Tell you what, you take a chance with this short run-up, but it was good enough right in the side netting, and Daniels went the right way.
So 3 out of 3. And now it's up to Moses Ashikodi to draw Shrewsbury level.
Look at Brown taking his time, putting the pressure on Ashikodi.
Ashikodi scores.
Well, carbon copy. First two, very similar. Second two, very similar.
With every penalty, the pressure is stepped up. Bury, of course, had to stand a man down because Shrewsbury had a man sent off. Effie Soji was the man who decided to stand down. Danny Raki coming forward to take Bury's third penalty. Again, Daniels out of his goal. It's all psychology, this, isn't it, between goalkeeper and penalty taker?
Of course, and the referee's just got to get a little bit firm here.
Being quite precise about where they place it. It's Raki, and it's saved! First blood to the Shrewsbury goalkeeper.
Well, you just guessed it was going to happen, didn't you? What's happened in the game so far, you just felt, with how he's performed today, that this was going to happen, that he was going to save one. It was central, wasn't it? Didn't go in the corner, gave him the chance, and he'll now be praying that his goalkeeper can save this one, or one of the last two.
Well, Daniels was the goalkeeping hero. The goal-scoring hero in normal time was Kevin McIntyre. And he's the man who's stepping forward to take the kick here. McIntyre scores! And now Shrewsbury with a good advantage.
Cool as you like. Cool as you like. Just slots it, sends round the wrong way.
Well, if Bennett misses this, he will put Shrewsbury one spot kick away from a place in the Wembley final. Another little trick from Daniels, who waited for Bennett to come towards him and claim the ball before kicking it away and making him retrieve it. Has that riled him? Bennett is a lad who was born in Shropshire in Telford. Now taking the penalty against Shrewsbury and scores.
That shut them up, hasn't it? Tried everything he can to put him off. It's a very cool penalty from the young man.
Player on loan from Wolves, Bennett. It's a player on loan from West Bromwich Albion, David Worrell, who's stepping forward to take this kick for Shrewsbury. They have the 100% record so far, and it's up to Worrell to maintain this for Paul Simpson's side. Worrell scores his kick, a thumping good kick.
I'll tell you what, the quality has been exceptional from Shrewsbury. Absolutely top quality. Browns have no chance.
No margin for error now. And Andy Bishop missed a series of golden chances in extra time. This is one chance that he cannot afford to miss.
He certainly can't. You just feel it's written, don't you? He's actually, again, the referee's got to book him for the keep. He's had a magnificent game, but you can't keep doing that. Can't let him get away with it.
Bury's top goal scorer this season with a crucial penalty. It's saved! It's Shrewsbury who are in the playoff final at Wembley. Luke Daniels is the hero. A penalty save in normal time. A couple in the shootout. And they have done it. Paul Simpson has led his side to Wembley.
Well, you've got to say Daniels has been unbelievable. They should give him every win bonus, every player in that Shrewsbury side, because he's just kept them in this game. He's made save after save after save. And you just feel for Bury, because the number of chances they've had to win this game have just been unreal. And Bishop, to those chances, is the man to miss the final pen. How cruel.
Well, Ben Butcher loses out in another playoff, but the jubilation belongs to Shrewsbury. Luke Daniels the hero, and practice makes perfect, because Paul Simpson said they've been practicing penalties all week, which was more of a practice for the goalkeepers than the takers. He said that it was all about the walk from the halfway line for the players who were taking them, that they had to make their minds up where they'd put their kicks and stick to it. And the goalkeeper Daniels, who was a hero during the game and during extra time, is the hero of the shootout as well.
Yeah, definitely. The quality of the penalties from Shrewsbury were of the highest quality. They were absolutely brilliant. But the two penalties that were missed by Bury weren't good. They gave him the chance to save them. They weren't magnificent saves, but that didn't matter. He's done enough in normal time and extra time to just have won 2 or 3 games.
Well, it's woe upon woe really for Bury, isn't it? They missed out on automatic promotion by just 1 goal. They were 2 minutes away from Wembley when McIntyre levelled this tie on aggregate. And now Bishop, who's been such a hero for them all season, for the 3rd year running he's finished as top scorer, but he misses the vital kick, which means it is joy for the men from Shropshire. The team relegated to the conference 6 years ago, now in a Wembley final thanks to this.
There's the final one. It's a comfortable save, isn't it? Very similar to the Raki one. Very central, and there it's all over.
Well, that summed up Bishop's day, but compares taking a